Go President Trump! That's right, President Trump. You secretly instruct the DOJ to withhold anything that may make you look bad. It's not like withholding that information was illegal or anything. And besides, you've already ordered the release of over 3 million files. What more do these fools want? Transparency? My president's a sly president. Oh. Well, I better be going because I don't want to be late for work. Morning. Oh, hey, Gwen, I'm sure you're having such a bad day and are just super upset now that the truth is finally out. Oh, morning, Karen. The truth is out about what exactly? You know, the truth about the Epstein files now that all of the files have been released. Karen, all of the Epstein files have not been released. In fact, it was just reported by the news outlets yesterday that a whole lot of incriminating files against Donald Trump were mistakenly held back by the DOJ. Gwen, you really need to let this go. President Trump signed the Epstein Transparency Act, so the truth is out there. It's fascinating, Karen. Donald Trump signed a law that is now being treated by his own Department of Justice like it was nothing but a suggestion written in disappearing ink. Whatever, Gwen, the DOJ is doing an amazing job. I mean, they released millions of pages. Yeah, right, Karen. You see, the DOJ released the volume, but what they forgot to release was the substance. Whatever, Guinevere, they have to protect the presidency. Anyway, I've got to get to work. Toodles, Guinevere. I swear that girl just lives on Fox News and Truth Social. And then I was like, go President Trump! Because, I mean, the guy has already released over 3 million pages. Do you have something to say, Guinevere? Oh, I have a lot of things to say, just nothing that will actually get through to you, Karen. You know, Gwen, if you worked as hard on your attitude as you do on that coffee, then you'd realize that we're living in the age of enlightenment. The Epstein files are out. The storm is here. Oh, is it? I must have missed the lightning bolt. I mean, was it obscured by a massive amount of redactions the DOJ used to protect your favorite orange billionaire? Redactions? Those are just to keep the classified stuff safe. Trump signed the Epstein Transparency Act himself. He wants the truth. He signed a law, Karen, a law that explicitly forbids the DOJ from withholding files just to avoid embarrassing public figures or political sensitivity. And yet, like clockwork, the DOJ managed to lose or withhold dozens of pages of FBI interview notes specifically mentioning Donald Trump. You know, it's like a magic trick, Karen. Now you see the evidence of him being identified by a minor in a photo. Now you don't. That's just a conspiracy, Gwen. If the DOJ is hiding things, they wouldn't have released millions of pages. Right, because volume equals honesty. Look, they released 3.5 million pages, most of which were junk. But they made sure to unredact and release the personal information of the Jane Doe victims. Well, transparency means that everyone's name comes out, Gwen. You know, it's funny how you maggots think that everyone includes the traumatized victims who were promised anonymity, but doesn't quite include the 53 missing pages of FBI notes regarding the guy who hired the DOJ head. I mean, it's almost as if the DOJ is using transparency as a weapon against the victims while acting as a personal shredder for the powerful. But I'm quite certain that's just a coincidence in your world of glitter and alternative facts, Karen. You're just mad that the files are finally going to prove that President Trump didn't do anything wrong and that he's actually a hero. No, Karen, I'm mad because I'm talking to a woman who thinks a missing page is just a place for a coloring break. Ha ha, you're so funny, Guinevere. More like lame. Bell rang. Now get back to work, Guinevere. Yeah, enjoy your day, Karen. God, I need a drink, and I don't mean coffee or water. Oh, hey, Megs, you just got back from lunch. Perfect timing, because I was just telling Gwen that the GOP is finally getting Hillary Clinton. I mean, they're dragging her into a deposition for the Epstein files. The subpoenas are coming for Chappaqua. Is there a carbon monoxide leak in your house, or were you just born with a natural resistance to reality? Girl, it's all over the news. She was involved. No, Karen, she wasn't. The actual files, well, the ones people with IQs above room temperature actually read, have shown that Hillary Clinton had zero involvement, directly or indirectly, with the essay of any victims. Not one person, not one flight log, not one shred of evidence. But they're deposing her. Why would they do that if she wasn't involved? Because, Karen, the GOP is desperate for a shiny object to wave in front of people like you. So you won't look at the fact that the DOJ is violating federal law to scrub Trump's name from the records. They're literally dragging a woman into a deposition who has nothing to do with the case just to create a headline for your Facebook feed. Well, James Comer says, I don't care what James Comer says. I care what the documents say. And the documents, well, they don't say Hillary, but what they do say is Trump. But those are the pages that the DOJ decided were too sensitive to release, despite the law explicitly saying that they can't do that. I mean, you're cheering for a witch hunt while the real monster is being hidden behind a DOJ-approved curtain. You're just a mean girl, Megs. You always have been. Yeah, and you're a professional victim of your own ignorance. I mean, you're literally standing here defending a Department of Justice that leaked victims' names while hiding evidence against their boss, all while chasing a grandmother in New York for a crime the files prove she didn't commit. I swear, President Trump is the most persecuted man in history. And you are the most confidently wrong human I have ever encountered in my life. It's almost impressive. Now move your MAGA ass out of my office before I accidentally redact you into a trash can, because I actually have work to do, Karen. They're just jealous. The truth is coming, Megs. I just need to find a verified source to explain it. Yeah? Well, you go do that. Go do anything as long as it's not in my office, but I will tell you this. I won't be holding my breath for your return, Karen. Whatever, Megs. I gotta get back to work. TTYL, Megs.